Hi everybody, I'm Erin, and tonight I'm going to be doing a book review of a new release, which is fairly odd for me. And that new release is Glass Houses by Louise Penny. This is the 13th book in her Inspector Armand Gamache series, which is set in Quebec, Canada, in the fictional town of Three Pines. And as someone that's read all 13 of these books now, I have to say that I love Three Pines. It is this wonderfully drawn town with just absolutely amazing characters that will draw you right in. And they're not perfect. They're not these good people that always do the right thing or never make mistakes. They're flawed. They're just... Louise Penny has no problem taking this character that you loved for 3 or 4 books, and all of a sudden you discover some horrible secret, or they do something completely unsuspected, but it fits into the story and their character by the end of it, and it's really quite interesting how she's done that. So I'm a huge fan of the community. It's the kind of place that, as someone that grew up in a small town, seems extremely real to me, and I love the setting for these novels. As usual, Louise Penny gives the reader a fast-paced, deep novel with a ton of twists and turns. She's not afraid to tackle corruption, drugs, politics, and greed, and this book, again, is no exception. Gamache is now the chief superintendent of the Sûreté de Quebec, and he is the current prosecution witness in an important trial, and that's where this book starts. And then, once this book starts, we start out with Inspector Gamache on the stand, and then the timelines start to blend. We go from his time in the witness stand to his time investigating the crime that is on trial. As always, Three Pines features strongly in the novels, and Penny uses a lot of symbolism throughout the book. It also tackles a lot of current issues, as I indicated earlier. She's not afraid to put her characters in dangerous situations. I mentioned before, she's not afraid to turn them and make them into something they weren't or you didn't expect them to be, but she will put them into dangerous situations. Again, if you're a fan of her novels, you've seen this in previous books. It's right from the first book. She will put her characters in believable, realistic, dangerous situations, and no one seems to be safe. And this book seemed to show that more than other books to me. Just that, in search of a story, she's willing to throw everyone under the bus, as I said. I thought this was another great entry in the series, but I feel like it's coming to an end soon. Now, I could be wrong, but I feel like Gamache is getting even closer to retirement. He's kind of being put into roles that I don't know if he's completely comfortable with. But he's doing them because he believes he needs to. It's his public duty, his public service to the community and the province. And there's only so many places that Armand and Jean-Guy continue to go in the series. I do need to know, this book is definitely not the end of the series, just so you know. There's going to be a book 14. Not that there was a cliffhanger, but it definitely doesn't resolve everything in the series. It is interesting to watch Penny tie things up as we go along, though, from book to book. Things are starting to get tied up. Some of the longer plot lines that have carried on through books are getting tied up, and I think she's doing it very well. I love that there is a representation in this book of all kinds of people. We have Ruth, the Canada's poet laureate in this book, who is a disgruntled old woman who likely suffers from mental illness and lives with a duck. We have Myrna, the black woman who is a ex-psychologist who quit her job in the city to move to the small town and run a bookstore and coffee shop. We have Clara, the painter, who, again, is probably suffering from some mental illness, and a lot of people question her art. We have Armand, we have Jean-Guy, I'm just trying to think of, we've got Olivier and Gabriel, who run the B&B in town and are wonderful, wonderful portrayal of a gay couple. It's such a fascinating book and a series that I have truly, truly enjoyed reading. So in this case, I gave this book, let me get up there, I gave this book 5 stars. Take that with a grain of salt. It is one of my favorite genres. It is one of my favorite authors. I just think that it was an example, again, of how this series seems to get better and better with every book. So, there you have it. That's Glass Houses, the review I've been promising to get to you guys for a couple days now, and I am so glad I read it. I'm so glad I got the ARC. Thank you all for watching. I want to know if you've read it, if you've read any of the Louise Penny books, let me know what you think. I, obviously a fan, but I want to hear your thoughts. How do you like these books, and what would you compare them to? Do you have another series that you would suggest that is similar to this? That would be awesome to hear too, because at some point I'm going to need more books like this to read. I will also be creating a video soon of more books similar to this that you might want to read if you do like the Louise Penny series. So there you have it. Have a great night, everyone. Bye!